My intention behind WAC has always been to give people something cool to talk about with their friends or to expand their minds and encourage you to discover new dimensions as well as interesting things. Now, I get that this is niche and time has taught me that I will never be able to compete with creators and companies on YouTube that discuss topics like politics and entertainment. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I do not want to be a big name if it means that I have to dish out more and more of the same kind of mundane stuff that everyone else is doing. So it is in the spirit of that original thought behind starting this channel that I bring you today's video. So before I get into it, I also want to tell you about what happened yesterday with members of my Patreon and my YouTube who came together for our monthly hangout. Interesting people from different walks of life and different parts of India and even someone from abroad came together and had this very healthy discussion on a wide range of subjects, and all of us walked away learning so much. If you would also like to be a part of these sessions and come and support me and my team in our constant endeavor, then please do support me here. I constantly give everybody really cool stuff to read, and of course there are our monthly hangouts. Now all the girls who are watching this video, make sure that you do add to this list in that comment section. And in case any of you disagree with anything that I have to say, I would love to hear your take on that too. My name is Frisia, this is WAC, and let's get down to my list of things that girls wish that men knew. If you like this video, hit the bell icon and subscribe. This video has 3 parts to it. The way you treat others, the way you treat your body, and the way you treat yourself. Right on top, please realize, if what I say offends you, then you have misunderstood my intentions. I have zero vested interest in your social success. So, if you don't like what I say, leave that point, move on to the next. The reason for this disclaimer is that there might be some mildly harsh truth bombs, like, you are not special. Accept it. On apps like Tinder and Bumble, the ratio is almost 20% to 80% female to male. So no matter how much of a nice guy you think you are replaceable. So show humility and respect, even in the face of rejection. That is a classy act. And tomorrow, when girls discuss you behind your back, make sure that even the girls who rejected you will say nice things about you. Too often I have heard stories of guys claiming to be in love with a girl, but the minute their feelings are not reciprocated, they behave like a-holes. Obviously that had nothing to do with love and everything to do with a man's ego and wanting to own another person, which is the opposite of loving energy. And this brings me to my next point. At times when you find yourself getting carried away and maybe overthinking that a friendly gesture is a romantic one, I want you to repeat this mantra to yourself. Be cool. Girls like talking to boys and they want to be friends. Not every girl who wants to be your friend also wants you to fall in love with her. If the first girl who is friendly with you immediately starts getting needy vibes from you and you try to make her yours, she might get turned off and stop interacting with you. Instead, if you could just be a friend and enjoy time and conversation without putting that excess baggage of your expectations, there is a very strong chance that she will then introduce you to her friends as someone who is capable of being cool. Guys who are good with girls are guys who also know just how to be friends, and they're not trying to get into every girl's pants. That is why you will see them surrounded by lots of women. Women feel safe around them. Try to be that guy. The benefits of what I am saying will A, get you access to other girls, B, increase your social value, and C, give you an opportunity to observe multiple girls and their behavior. Also really quickly, boys who do live alone with other boys, please keep tissue paper and a dustbin in your bathroom for when a girl visits your home. If you have to ask me why, Google it or just trust me. All future female guests in your home, they will really appreciate it. Extra brownie points are always awarded to all men who know how to cook well. Now look, it doesn't have to be some fancy meal. If you could just stand up one day and tell a girl, you chill, I got this, then I got you. Harsh truth bomb number 2. Ask any woman and she will tell you that almost all men think that they are better at having sex than they actually are. If you haven't already seen this video of mine, please do, because I have broken down why porn is bad for your sexual capacity as well as your ability. But along with watching this video, I really want everyone, and this is all men and women, to research how to do Kegel exercises. If you don't know, I've also linked an article in the description below. The reason I'm saying this is that right now, if you can last for 3 minutes, after a couple of months, you'll be able to last for 9. I genuinely do think that men need to research and learn about how to go down on a woman. Now please realize that there are a lot of men that will ejaculate in 1 to 4 minutes, while most women need at least 20 minutes of stimulation. If you regularly do your Kegels and you actually know how to go down on a girl, not the way that is shown in porn, but the way that girls and women actually like it, you will become good at having sex. And guess what? Truth bomb number 3. Girls discuss this stuff. If an ex who you have broken up with in a respectful manner tells her friends that you are good in bed, then guess what that does for your market value? And by the way, in case you ever find yourself in a situation with an inappropriate boner at the wrong place and the wrong time, here's a quick tip. Clench your thigh muscle. The blood will rush out of your groin into your legs and deflate a pretty embarrassing situation. The next tip is an obvious one, but every girl will agree that it definitely needs to be said. Guys, please don't underestimate the power of a good groom. Look at every successful man that you have heard of, or observe anyone who is popular with women. Their nails, their nose hair, their haircut, their clothes, everything is so well taken care of and clean. Please don't be the smelly person in the room. Don't have feet that look like you have walked through a jungle barefoot. Make sure that your nails are short and clean. And even if you are going for that emo poet who doesn't care about society vibe, please at least come across as someone who is hygienic. A bar of soap and a nail cutter don't cost a lot. If you have been following me on Instagram, then you would know that this is something that I am obsessed with, working out. Now, for some strange reason, men think it's okay to be judgmental about women who are out of shape. And they think that women do not care if a man is out of shape. Wake up call, guys. We do, more than you could imagine. So remember, it's easier to stay in shape than to get into shape. Start working out ASAP. Now, no one expects everyone to have a six-pack. And if you don't want to even do this for someone else, at least do this for yourself. You will live a longer, healthier, and happier life. This is the most important one, and I genuinely believe this is advice that I think girls should also listen to. It doesn't matter what gender you identify with, but at the end of the day, what really matters is that you are a happy person. Or are you a bitter one? Bitter about the million different reasons that one could be bitter about. When it comes to inspirational figures in modern culture, and as an alpha man can get, very few are in the league of Will Smith. And while he was going with a rough patch with his wife, these words that he said, they really resonated with me in a big way. Her happiness is not my responsibility. She should be happy and I should be happy individually. Then we come together and share our happiness. Giving someone a responsibility to make you happy when you can't do it for yourself is selfish. Let that sink in. If you are a girl listening to this, just swap the gender because it will still make a lot of sense. The onus of being a happy person is on you. If someone else can affect you so much that you lose balance, then I strongly recommend that you watch this video in my recommendations. And understand that your own 2 feet is all that you will ever stand on. Once you have realized that only you are responsible for your situation, then here are a few tips for success. Probably the hardest thing to do is to be courageous. Stand up for yourself and others. Don't be afraid of what other people think. Sharma ji ke bete ko dekho. There's dozens of examples of how our society tries to bring us down. But if you end up with a boring and miserable life because you listen to your mom, your dad, your friend, your priest, or some guy on even TV telling you how to do your shit, then you deserve it. Not my quote, Mark Zappa. Also, you should know when to walk away from people who don't acknowledge your efforts. When to decide that you are putting your time and your resources in the wrong person. Kenny Rogers said, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Look, I'm not the biggest YouTuber in India. I would love to be. I live in a 2 BHK in Bombay, and when it comes to fame and fortune, there are thousands of people that I aspire to be like, and I'm inspired by. But God's honest truth, I'm happy. And I'm living a life that is filled with awesome experiences, and I'm surrounded by a lot of love and blessings. Thank you, God. Everyone who watches this video should be able to feel the same way too. It's not easy, but it's also not impossible. If you have stayed till the end and you're still listening to this, thank you. Also, please do some of what I have said, and if you do find yourself in a better place, make sure that you pass this on and also be a helpful soul. My name is Frisia, this is VAC, and don't forget to share this video with everyone. I'll catch you guys again very soon. Ciao.